Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Storytime. Are you ready to start? Well, we start by singing our hello song, and it's called Bread and Butter. And if you don't know the words, it goes like this. All you have to do is say hello back. Ready? All right, here we go. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quiet as we can. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as loud as we can. Hello! Oh, that one was so loud I could hear it from here. All right. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as slow as we can. Hello. What's the opposite of slow? Oh, that's right. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as fast as we can. Whoop! That was pretty fast. All right, you need a squeaky mouse voice for the next one. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as high as we can. Hello! And then a Papa Bear voice. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as low as we can. Hello. And then your very last one, show off your best library manners. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as nice as we can. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Storytime. Hi, friends. Miss Nilya here from the Fort Belvoir Library. We've got a Wellness Wednesday Storytime for you this morning, but before we get started, quick announcement about curbside pickup. The library staff is there. We're answering phone calls from 11 to 3 with your requests for books, DVDs, and other items for pickup. You can also send us an email any time of day, and we'll process them in which the order they were received. Excellent. Let's get started with Wellness Wednesday. Here's our story. It's Yoga Bunny by Brian Russo. So first we're going to read about a little bunny who does some yoga, and then we'll do his poses together. And I know I'm a little far back, but I'll reach the pages forward so you can see the pictures. I promise. I know they're the best part. All right, let's get into it. It is Yoga Bunny by Brian Russo. All righty. One morning, Bunny crawled out of his hole, rubbed his eyes, and let out a big yawn. This is a perfect morning to do yoga, he said. So there he is, getting up out of his hole and taking a big stretch. Bunny dropped his head and arms down towards his feet, coming into a forward fold. Just then, Lizard came walking by, so the first pose he does is to bend forward towards his feet. Forward fold. Good morning, Lizard, said Bunny. Would you like to do yoga with me? I hate everything about morning. I wish I could go back to bed, Lizard replied angrily. And with that, Lizard stomped away. Sometimes I'm pretty cranky in the morning, too. But usually some yoga stretches help me out. Bunny was disappointed, but he took a deep breath, placed his hands on the ground, stepped backwards, and lifted his hips high in the air, coming into a downward dog. So you see he goes from his fold and steps himself back, and now he looks like a puppy getting ready to play. And that's down dog. His friend Fox came hurrying by. Zoom, zoom, zoom. He was moving so fast he startled Bunny. Out of my way, Bunny, he said. I'm in a very big rush. Maybe you could take a minute and do this yoga pose with me, Bunny suggested. It might help slow you down. No thanks, replied Fox. I'd rather be in a big rush than do something so silly. and he hurried away. I don't think Bunny looks silly. What do you think? Now you'll see, it's fun. We'll try it. Bunny felt a little bit sad, but he took a deep breath, stood up tall, placed his hands in front of his heart, and balanced on one foot, coming into tree pose. See, he's balanced nice and tall like a tree. And if you're nice and tall like a tree, just then, bird flew down, landing right on the bunny's head. Hiccup! I have a bad case of the hiccups, and I've tried everything to stop them, said Bird. What do you think Bunny is going to recommend to stop his hiccups? Yep. Well, Bunny said, maybe you can do this tree pose with me. It can calm you down, and that might help with your hiccup. No way, Bird said. I'd rather live with these hiccups than stand on one leg. I don't know about that. I don't like having the hiccups. And with that, Bird flew away. Is anybody going to do yoga with the bunny? Will anyone ever want to do yoga with me? Bunny wondered aloud. But then he reminded himself that doing yoga alone is better than not doing yoga at all. Just as Bunny took a deep breath, stepped backwards, bent his front leg, and reached his arms way up, coming into warrior pose, two little mice came walking by. What do you think he's reaching for? Whispered one of the mice. I don't know, but it must be very valuable. We'd better reach for it too. So the mice see that the bunny has a good thing going with his yoga. And so the mice stepped back, bent their front legs, and reached their arms way up, coming into warrior pose, just like Bunny. As they had their arms stretched way up and their eyes forward towards the sky, they noticed Bird flying by. Oh my goodness, here comes Bird. Bird still had the hiccups, but he came down to join them, pressing his wings together in front of his heart, lifting up one leg, coming into tree pose, just like Bunny and the mice. All of a sudden, they heard a loud noise. Zoom, zoom, zoom! It's the fox. He's back. Fox came hurrying by and saw the friends standing in a circle, and he pressed his hands to the ground, stepped back, lifted his hips, coming into downward dog, just like Bunny and the mice and Bird. Bunny took a deep breath and lay down flat on his back, coming into resting pose. When Lizard came walking by and lay down just like Bunny. Oh, now all of his friends are here to finish yoga. Bunny was so happy his friends had joined him that he opened his mouth and let out a big Om. And everyone else did the same. Are you ready to Om? Om. I know where I'm supposed to be, said Fox. Not so angry anymore. It's here. Thank you, Yoga Bunny. And they all end with a big hug. And that is the end of Yoga Bunny. This will be available once the book clears our quarantine processes, so not right away. There are some facts about yoga in the back, as well as the bunny doing even more poses. Some of these might look a little familiar, so like this one here is our warrior, but if you do the same thing with your arms out to the side, we call that warrior 2. And there's even a warrior 3, but you balance on one leg. It's hard. But it's fun to try and play with all the different poses. And a lot of them are named after stuff you know, like the tree or a mountain or the down dog or chair. See this one? He looks like he's sitting in a chair. You can make up your own poses too and give them fun names. All right, let's do some yoga. Yeah! All right, we're gonna move around just like our friend the bunny. So what was the first thing that the bunny did? He got up out of his hole and took a big stretch and reached his arms and head down toward the ground. And if you can't put your hands on the ground, that's okay. You can put them right here on your shins and help you keep your back nice and flat to stretch out the backs of your legs. What comes next? Do you remember? First, we got the lizard who wanted to go back to bed. And next, we put our hands down and we step our legs back and raise our hips high up. You can bend your knees if you need some help getting those hips nice and high. And then the more you stretch, the more you'll be able to straighten out your legs. And this is when the fox comes by in a big rush. Who came and visited us next? The bird. So the bird comes to visit when we're like a tree. We stand on one foot, think really strong thoughts, push down, pick up the other foot, turn your knee out, hands in front of your chest. Think still thoughts like a tree. No birds on me? All right. Who came to see the yoga bunny after the bird? It was the mice. He took a step back, bent his front knee, and raised his arms high up overhead, like he's reaching for something valuable. And the mice joined him too. And after that, we go back to our tree. Let's do the other foot this time. And after our tree, the bird came back. And then we step our feet back and put our hands down and come into a down dog for the fox. And then the fox comes back. And we come down to our knees, nice and gentle. Flip over onto our backs. Stretch our feet out and our hands out. And we're so happy to have done yoga with our friends that we get to do a big do that one with me? Remember, take a deep breath, and then as you let your air out, you give it a nice big Om to let all the air out. All right, here we go. That was fun. Thanks for doing some yoga with me today on Wellness Wednesday. You can put some yoga in your daily life. Did you know that sitting crisscross applesauce is yoga? Sometimes we call it potted plant pose or sukhasana. And you can do the other side. Gotta practice both sides. All right, guys, it's always fun to see you. We miss you. Thank you for tuning in to watch stories with us. Thank you for playing with the online library, and thank you for being patient while we start up curbside service. We miss you all so much. We hope you're staying safe, and we can't wait to see you soon. Bye.